Stop the cap.
Who dresses better, brown guys, white guys, yellow guys, or black guys?
Black guys.
Wait, why?
Because they have melanin. Someone has a fetish.
You like
Brown guys are ugly. So.
Brown guys are ugly.
Yeah, no hate. So you can clear the example.
Like y'all's black men, because they not y'all's black men. They're not. You don't own shit. And it kind of started way back in the day. Since we got to go way back there. You know how we were separated and there was some still sneaky stuff going on, right? But as, you know, things evolved, you know, got better, we started to mingle together. And that made a lot of us white and black folk happy. It did. And then we got to mingle together even more. And I think that the black man and the white woman just liked each other. I just think they liked each other. And you're mad about it? That's crazy.
Hey.
Hello.
Huh?
Hedda.
Hedda.
Yeah.
Okay, where you from?
Norway.
I know. Okay, I would love to, you know, take you out though.
You should.
I should?
Yeah.
Can I get a kiss?
No.
On the cheek. Oh, yeah. How you think our kids will look?
Our kids?
Yeah.
It would look perfect.
Yeah, they would.
Right?
Because you were, you know, really good looking, and I would, you know, love to, you know, take you out.
Yeah, for sure. Probably not.
Yeah. So, okay, y'all are a thing already.
We are a thing.
Oh, okay. You got you one, brother.
We are married.
You're married?
Yeah.
Can I give you one more kiss?
No, it was just that one.
Just one last one.
Right? It was just that one.
You kiss this guy?
No, he kissed me on the cheek.
Okay.
Wait, are y'all really married?
Yeah.
Why did you let me kiss you?
On the cheek?
I get.
Norwegian, that means
Oh.
hey, how you doing?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Can I tell you how you doing again?
No.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. I mean, talk about beta. I mean, oh my God. This is so much to say about this clip. There's so much to say and so little to say. You know, like we've been saying, like these hoes ain't loyal. She's down for whatever. And this is the reality of what goes on out here. This is the reality of the shit. She was so about it until her husband showed up. She knew she was about to throw it all away until her husband showed up. And then her spineless husband, who showed this motherfucker's got his face buried in the phone. He don't even know how to confront the shit. I know white guys are seething right now watching this video. Oh, I would have done this and I would have done that and I wouldn't have put up with this and that and I wouldn't have done. Is it even worth it at that point? Is it worth it with a chick like that? Like, what the fuck else is she doing when dude is not around? You know what I'm saying? That ain't no new shit. That ain't no new shit. She was ready to throw it away. Throw it away. She was sitting there ready to go, thinking about it, feeling guilty. You know, even the guy doing the little interview was surprised. I don't even know what his background is. He looked like, you know, some type of, you know, partially black and something else. Who knows? I don't know. It's fucking Sweden. He sounds like he's from the States. I don't even know where this video is. You know what I mean? But exhibit A. Exhibit A. That's why all this shit, all this, and these black savages, they raped this woman, and it was rape, and it's always rape, and bullshit. And they know it. White guys know that shit. That's why they get all insecure and feel some type of way. They don't talk no shit about nobody else except for, black men in particular. It's always the fear is always the strapping mandingo, and I don't know I don't know how much people feed into that shit. Whether it's blacked.com, which isn't even owned by black people. That shit was owned by a French, I think he's French, a French dude. He sold it to Vixen, or is it Vixen or Vivid? He sold it to one of them. I went and I looked them up. I was like, who owns blacked.com? And it was a white dude. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. Hold on, let me get the receipts out. Who owned blacked.com? Watch this shit. It ain't us. And I'm pretty sure, actually, I can't even say that. I think the guy might be Jewish. Hold on. And then the white supremacists are going to be like, see, we do it. Black.com website specializing in high quality interracial content. It was launched May 2014 as an inaugural brand under Vixen Media Group, a company co-founded by French entrepreneur and director Greg Lansky, along with partner Stephen Matheson and Mike Miller. Lansky served as the CEO of Vixen Media Group until 2020, when he sold his full stake in the company to pursue other business ventures. Following his departure, ownership of Blacked.com remained with Vixen Media Group, which operates several other adult sites, including Tusky, Vixen, Deeper, and Slade. Vixen Media Group is currently owned by Strike 3 Holdings, a parent company involved in adult entertainment industry. And you can go down a rabbit hole. When you start diving there, first off, all these porn companies got shell companies, they got holding companies, so it's this company owns this company, owns this company, owns this company. And then when you go far enough down the rabbit hole, you start getting into freaking European monarchy and shit that actually owns, a lot of this shit. Or people who have the type of profile that if it was discovered that they owned it, it would be frowned upon, right? When you really start diving into, who owns this and who owns that, it's shell company on top of shell company on top of shell company is retarded. But yeah, French dude, white dude. I think he's 43, 44, something like that. But hold on. Did this just shut off? No, it's still recording. Okay. Yeah, but I wanted to share this. And this is the random shit that comes in my timeline. I didn't go out and search for this clip or go and discover it. And I think it's important to share things like this because, I get so sick and tired of the narrative that, black men are out here and they're just thirsting white women, and white women just want to be left alone and all this. No. That shit is a two-way street. That is a scandalous two-way street of nothing but, forbidden fruit. And that's what the fuck it is. But yeah, she was ready to throw that shit away. I'm like, damn, man. And people wanted me to give me my opinion on the whole Cassie situation. Honestly, Cassie should have left it alone. All these details that are coming out, she gobbling up nuts, talking about pee in my mouth, and her husband and her family got to sit in the courtroom and listen to that shit, nigga. She should have told that white boy to stay the fuck home. And then, you got sisters online I saw some clip from Antoine. He had a bunch of black women up there saying like, yeah, and he being, he's a good man and all this other shit. Like, don't get me on the sister tip right now, but I'm like, that's why nobody takes y'all bitches seriously. Cause y'all just goofy shit. Just whatever is beneficial to the woman. Just no fucking integrity. You know what I'm saying? No, oh, he's a beta. So let me get this right. You got the clip of the black woman talking about the guy that was married her and was taking care of her 3 kids. He's a sucker. But this white dude that married Cassie, while she over there cheating on him and gobbling up nuts, he's a wonderful man. Like, and y'all want to talk about some type of double standard or colorism or whatever. Like, I mean, can a white man do any wrong? Can a white man suck? Can a white man be a failure? Can he be a simp? You know what I mean? Or whenever a white man does something for a woman that you culturally identify with, all of a sudden, he's the knight in shining armor. Because if this was a black dude, he would be a simp ass nigga that even women would say is a simp ass nigga. But because it's a white dude, he's sticking by his woman and da 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 da, and black ass P Diddy is just a predator. Yeah, we might have thought that shit a couple months ago, but with all these damn details and shit, it's like, I mean, it's almost like the R. Kelly situation, although he was messing with a minor, but the whole, like, the joke with the Boondocks of like, well, she didn't want to get peed on, then why didn't she just move out of the way? And it's like, all that, $3 million apartments and vehicles and shit. You just accepting all this stuff multiple times. She could have rolled the fuck out, but didn't, like, and now you got a whole family. Right? You won, but we gonna come back to this. It just, and that's another thing. Getting on people about, people being kinky and nasty, and there's a lot of kinky, nasty shit that people are into and that people do and that they don't want anybody to know about and they would be embarrassed about, it just, like, I don't, like, personally, I don't care about that shit. You know what I mean? You get into you're violating, like you're violating somebody against their will. You get into minors and shit like that. Okay, now we're talking about, okay, evil monster, throw them in jail, lock them up forever, right? But when you're talking about consenting adults having sex, I don't even care what the fucking age gap is. You know what I mean? And you got women that are trying to finesse, you know what I mean? And they mad because whatever, they didn't get what they wanted out of it, which again, if you're going to be a dude and you're going to play that game, then, you gotta understand that there's an agreement here. There ain't no fucking 20-something-year-old thirsting, your 40-plus-year-old ass. It's just not the reality. You know what I mean? They're in it for something that they want. Right? Unless you're like Tyson Beckford and you're like really maintaining yourself. You like when he popped up on MTV and the women were like falling out all over themselves. But nah, like, if you're going to play that game, then you got to play it to the fullest. You can't, and I don't even know how you can even protect against that, because a woman can just decide like she wants more. She wants more than what was originally agreed to. It's a dangerous game. And women want to ask why men are like sitting home and they're not, they're playing Xbox and they don't want to go out to the club and they're not approaching women because man, all it takes is a woman to hit you with the little witch finger and you're done. You're toast. It's over for you. It's over for you. Your reputation is ruined. You got a lawyer up, you're going to go bankrupt, all the other type of shit, all because a woman said, ooh, he did this to me. He did this to me 13 years ago. And ooh, you're like, what? And then you got, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how real or not it is. It could be completely made up and fake. You're still going to go through the ringer. And then on top of that, there's no recourse of action. When have you seen a woman lie on a man's dick and her ass is in an orange suit? Men are literally facing decades in prison, and we have yet to see a woman face decades in prison for lying on a dude's dick. We haven't seen that. And y'all wondering why, men are apprehensive, why men are, pulling away, and why men are like, nope. If men are doing the Keanu Reeves, where when he takes pictures of people, he makes sure he doesn't touch them. Go look that up. That shit is fucked up. It's fucked up. And then you got, all these women, they want to talk about love and all this other shit. And just like the video that you saw at the beginning of this video that I'm doing, like, you ain't safe out here. And I mean, these are just the videos that I'm just coming across recently. I save them all and I put them in a nice little folder and everything. But I mean, the internet is infinite. Like, what I'm showing you is not only what's actually captured and what somebody took the time and freaking posted, but it's only what I actually come across. So, you got to have all the planets aligned for me to even make a video about it and post it. But every day, new videos are getting posted. And this is the whole thing. Like, when you want to talk about the gender war was an inevitability. It was an inevitability because the veil that the what do you want to call it? The coverture that women had, where women were like sugar and spice and everything nice, and men were just always, evil and men needed to be chivalrous, and men were always fighting for position to cape, for a woman in front of other men, right? But with the internet and anybody with two brain cells being able to, fart their opinions, onto the internet for everybody to see, men have seen a side of women that honestly we really wish that we didn't see. And now we can't unsee it. Okay, we can't unsee, how women, really get down, the unfairness of the sexual market, just how much it's, again, break rules for alphas, make rules for betas. There's not even a model to follow, because, if you're, how does a man even gauge himself where he is on the spectrum? Right. I guess it goes back to that whole idea of self-esteem and based on the number of wins that you have and how people, interact with you and whatnot. But if you're just a regular guy and you're out here just shooting your shot, there's no telling how that shit would be interpreted. You think you're being debonair and she's looking at you and it comes across as creepy. And the next thing you know, now your reputation is destroyed. So, no, it's just, I'm just saying, when women, one thing I can't stand is when women come to the internet and they act like we know, it's just misogyny and what men are saying, it just comes out of the void of hatred of women. Fuck you on that. No, it does not. It comes out of y'all coming online and fucking sharing all your little secrets, acting like this shit doesn't pop up in our timelines too. We see all this stuff. We see all the games, it's not a one-way street. Women got their own games and their own bullshit and fuckery that they engage in, wasting dudes' times or time and shit like that. Women got their own, just Kano style, Mortal Kombat, just stick their hand in a man's chest and rip out his heart type shit. Fatality, flawless victory, that type of shit. Y'all create villains every day. You create dogs every day with a lot of the shit that y'all do. It's not just one way street. Oh, and we wanted to be in love and we wanted to be married and these men are just dog. Y'all are fucking the same like 5 dudes. You know, you tell you the women, see all these women bitching in Atlanta and bitching. Y'all are fucking like the same like 6 Nigerian dudes in Houston and Atlanta. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. You know what I mean? Like, y'all be out there, you know. What? You know Oche Owele Olebimpe too? You know what I mean? Like, nah. And then y'all want to sit there and label that against every other man out here that you're not interested in because they too short, too broke, too ugly, not swagnificent enough, don't have enough women lusting after them, or doesn't have something of value and prestige in order for you to want to affiliate with him. Let's keep it a bean. You see? So, you know, I'm just making observations, you know, but, you know, I wanted to take a break, but, you know, things just keep popping up in my timeline and, you know, just reason to speak on it. But anyway, let me not make this video long because it doesn't need to be. That's my video, SWP out. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.
On the scene, diamond blingy, whole screen, checkerboard, Louis V. I'm so fresh and so clean. Stuff them bands in my jeans, slap them 30s in them things. Pull the trigger, let it sing. Then go smoke a Russian cream.
Boo, hold on.
Yeah.
Hello?
We out.
Where we at? Oh, you want to know where I'm at? We outside!